a bit of a typo. It should say, we learn me good. They're having indoor soccer at the local school. So luckily it's a big parking lot. A lot of time for me to stop there. And a bunch of us, we're going to go in and take on whatever team showed up. We got some skills, I think, you know. Don't judge it by Dalton. And so in we go right into the gym there, expecting to see, you know, a bunch of guys like ourselves. And instead of that, it's the scrawniest, most pathetic-looking team of soccer players you're ever going to see. It's like, look at these guys. But then, you know, they start kind of moving the ball, and they're kind of, hey, these guys aren't. So Dalton's going to show them, here, this is our style. Oh. So we dropped the ball, and, you know, we got off to kind of a slow start. I thought, you know what, somebody should play goal, don't you think? And I don't think it should be me. So Winston said he's going to take over because he's had some experience in goal. Yeah, it was a much better form missing. And then, okay, so now it's 3-0, and okay, now 4-0, and now Dalton's going. No, you get out of there. Dalton's going to take over. And there's now it's 5-0, 6-7, 8-0. All right, so the bunch of us all go in goal. 9-0. Okay. So now Mike decides he's going to stay in goal. We're going to get a little more. The best defense is a great offense. So no, where's the ball? Where's the ball? Oh, there it is over there. And they take it around, But Mike has a great move under the shirt. No, what? I don't see any ball. Oh. So the ball comes free. Winston kicks out to me. I kick over to Dalton. I'll put it in, Dalton. No. Oh. So now we have to chase the ball down the hall. I think the cafeteria's over this way. And yeah, absolutely. So we get in there, and this is like having 20 more chairs on your team. So we get it out of there, and it goes down the hall, and we go this way, and I think there's a wall at that end of the hall. Yeah, there is. And we get her going, and then Winston, and he lifts one, hits the ventilating pipe, knocks it, bounces off, then down the pipe. Now we got to follow the ball all the way down. Still, it's in our possession, though. And it takes us all the way back into the gym, and looking good. Knocks the vent off that end. Oh, it's a backdoor shot off Mike. 11-0. Wow. You know, I never played soccer. Oops. Never played soccer as a kid, so Bill and I were supposedly gonna play some soccer, but Bill, you kind of just ran over the soccer ball there, so it may. He said, don't worry about it, he's got another one in his pants. I thought he meant soccer ball. Wow. Thank gosh for Medicare. Okay. How are we going to blow that up, Bill? Oh, no problem. Wow. Yeah, no thanks. You handle the pump until it dries. And then I should have told Bill I was going to pull the needle out because it relieves the pressure. And no, he's fine. And you know, the thing about soccer is I think you need to play it as a young man. I think it may possibly be a young man's. It might be a young man's game. I'm not sure. I think taking the game up at 50 is probably kind of dumb, and you know, it's not as easy as it looks. So you know, I had an idea, and I just tried to help Bill up, or he tried to help me down. I'm not sure. I'll just tow you. So the idea was that I would duct tape the hockey stick to the handle of the pump. We get a little more leverage, and because what I wanted to do was really overinflate this ball. I wanted the ball to be a little bit larger. You know, I may possibly have overdone it a bit on the size of the ball. That's now we're both afraid it's going to blow, and with the pump that went. But we got a great idea. We got the ball out there, and the reason that we need such a big ball is that we're not gonna kick this ball. It's not soccer. It's soccer. Now you're talking. All right, so this is my goal. I get down to this end, and there we go. On the other end, and Bill reaches for the trunk button, and bang, up and over, and I go down, and I come out through the back end of the van, and then he's got the door going good, and he hit the post, and and then he hits her again, he shoots her again, and we have very poor defense on our team. And he still keeps hitting that post. So I come up and I got the hockey stick on the door and I give her a good banger and up she goes. And now he grabs the hood release and flips it backwards over his head. A great shot. Wow. And now he spins around and I'm coming right at the darn thing. Hit it straight at him. Goes right into the hood and he wedges. Now, Bill, you gotta you can't drive it in. You gotta punch it in. Oh, red card, red card, red card, red card. I don't mind the game, but the celebration kills you. Another thing we're doing with the franchise is sponsoring a soccer team. There's Bill there with yeah, I can't believe that's the uniform there, and we'll have a lot more of that later on in the show. But you know, when you sponsor a team, you get the community profile, and people think a lot more of you, and you know, it's kind of something to be proud of. Meanwhile, back at the soccer pitch, Bill's practicing up here. You know, we never played soccer when we were kids, and a lot of the kids there, of course, we never did. And sometimes that's obvious, you know, trying to do something. You should have noticed the van kind of parked there, Bill. I guess he didn't realize that it's not all spongy, whereas with Bill, it's just the opposite is true. Anyway, although I never played the soccer, you know, I kind of believe it's not a bad thing for the kids of today, because you don't need an awful lot of money to get involved. You just need a ball and a shirt, really, and like I said, a pair of shorts in some areas is good. Kind of a high one there, Bill, and you don't need a lot of athletic ability with that. You don't need some athletic ability. But the idea is, you know, you get the running and you get the kicking with it. You don't always get the kicking. But there we go. See, there's a little bit of. See all these. Look at those. Look at that. There's a goal. 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 And that's just with a few minutes practice. Mind you, he did move in a little closer. All right, so now I'm going to be standing there in goal. He's going to try and score against a real goalie. Well, the fancy footwork is. Oh. You can get too fancy with that, though. You know, apparently. Anyway, you know, Bill is probably not. If Bill can do it, you know what I'm saying? Can Bill do it? That's the question. Oh boy. Yep. Okay, maybe I'll take a try at it and get Bill in goal there. There, see, there's not that much to it there, and it's a big. I guess it's a big net to cover. Oh boy, but there he blocked one. There, nice save. Excellent. Yeah, you all right? All right, that's good. And then he's going to kick one way down the field, but of course he's the only one on the team, so there's really no. He got to go catch his own pass. Used to happen to us in high school, and of course in every soccer game you have to have a timeout, right, Bill? Oh boy.
Uncle Red, it's not that I have anything against hockey, it's just that soccer is a better sport. I just happen to prefer soccer, that's all. You know, more kids are enrolling in soccer school than they are in hockey school. It's true, because it's a better sport. It's a trend, it's a wave, that's all. You know, okay. For instance, in soccer, you don't have to buy those great big hard pads that eventually pinch you, you know, and there's no ice to fall down and crack your skull on. There's no boards to ram your face into. I, for one, prefer that.
Soccer is not a real sport, Harold, okay? For me, for a real sport, you gotta have bloodshed, you gotta have serious physical injury.
Soccer has all that. Up in the stands.
Fights?
Oh, gang wars.
That bad, eh?
Oh, yeah, you know what parents can be like.
Harold, you coming?
Yeah, I'll be right there.
All right. Well, the big hockey game to find out whether Possum Lake is for curling or for hockey takes place in about an hour. The rest of the guys are already up there having a couple of bracers for warmth. Sometimes they get so warm they can hardly move. Oh, boy. Wow, Harold. What, bubble wrap?
You know it!
If you get injured, where would you like to be shipped?
I don't plan on getting injured.
No, I think you're going to be okay, Harold. Looks like you got the major items. Okay. Oh, the fry pan's a nice touch there, eh? How do you want them? Sunny side up?
Anyway, but scrambled, okay, bud?
You know, Harold, just a little word of advice. You might want to flip that face mask down, you know, once the hockey game gets started.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Boy, if there was ever anything screaming for a slap shot, that's got to be it. Come on, Harold. Mike and I met out on the rink there behind the lodge to have a little game of curling, and we brought our rocks as we always do, and the brooms were like new because they were for cleaning the lodge. And Mike had brought a gallon of paint. He wanted me to go up in curling they have something that's called a house. It's like a dot in the middle and it's got rings around the outside. So sometimes it's tough to figure out how to paint a circle, especially on the ice. But luckily, I had come with an eaves trough nail actually in my pocket. So I went with that down through the can of paint, and flip her right over quick, and then there's your circle. Okay, that's the dot in the middle. Now you gotta just bring her out, and you start doing the rings with it, and round and round she goes. That's a pretty effective way. Before you know it, you think they put houses up fast where you lived. I built that one in about 2 seconds. Okay, so now we're ready to go. So Mike, he plays lead, but we have kind of small teams. You gotta do your own sweeping, and he's out there, and away he goes. I wasn't paying as much attention as I should have, because Mike doesn't do everything just right by the book, you know. Okay, so now I gotta throw in my takeout rock, and I'm pretty familiar with takeout as a general rule, but I missed. All right, I missed. Okay, so now Mike fires another one in there, and then he gets the sweeper going again. Here again, I think I needed someone else or some type of a referee or anything, because Mike is now just getting flagrant with the way he's cheating, as far as I'm concerned. So I figure I got to go to the next level. Forget the rock. I'm going to push my car, and that should take out. This is actually my takeout car, and coming in there, looking good. There we go. That one's out, and that one's gone. Oh, baby, dead center. So then Mike, he fires his, and he gives it a little spin, and he's going to try to curl her in there. It's a kind of a layout. Oh, look out! Oh, baby! And oh my God! You get the big win there, Mike. Looks like your end came through again. How's your end feeling anyway? Not that good. All right, you had a family get-together on the weekend, and you realize that your grandson is being raised by a moron.
Imbecile son-in-law. It's common affliction.
Well, he married your daughter. There was a tip-off. But now it's serious because there's offspring involved.
A little rascal needs a dad, needs kind of a firm hand. Tradition.
Yeah, and you're afraid that your knee-jerk son-in-law is not going to raise the kid the way you would. Maybe not going to let him play with guns. Not ever going to let him throw the first punch. Or even the second.
Prefers soccer to baseball. It's very, European.
Don't worry, the kid will probably grow up, toughen up, and stop listening to his dad.
It's like we did.
Absolutely. Maybe get arrested a couple of times, you know? Nothing serious, just enough to make him a man.
Worth 5 years in university.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My dad never hugged me, never held my hand. I turned out all right.
Men should not touch men.
So just give it time. Hopefully the kid will come around.
We did.
Oh, yeah. Big week up at the lodge this week. Possum Lake is finally frozen right over. Yeah.
Well, no, it doesn't really freeze. It congeals.
Hey, whatever, Harold. The thing is, we can skate on it now, man. We love that. Get out there. Of course, the problem now is we got these yuppie cottagers up here. You know what they want to do on the lake? They want to go curling.
No, that's excellent. Oh, no, curling's excellent. It's a great sport. Oh, yeah, you should try curling, Uncle Red. Yeah.
Harold, Bernice sees me with a broom in my hand. It's all over, buddy. So we got the classic argument going on now, you know, because we want to be playing hockey and they want to be curling, you know. So it's kind of like the cattle ranchers against the sheep farmers.
Well, don't let them pull the wool over your ice. Wool over your ice, I said to him. Right? Because it's like wool over your eyes, but it's different. I said that.
It's easy for you. You can change channels. Well, there's nothing I hate worse than canceling a chainsaw party. We just tooted our horns, put on our hats, we're ready to go there. Old man Cedric yells out, "Whoa! The hips are seized up. Got another storm coming."
My chickens. Oh, no, my chickens.
No, Harold. It was just a false alarm. Wasn't the storm.
Oh.
Turns out he has a medical problem. Wasn't the weather at all. Talk about thoughtless.
Well, you gotta think about having a hip replacement.
Well, that's exactly what he's doing. He's over at Possum County Hospital right now having a hip replaced done. I thought they would need a donor, but I guess they're going to use a couple of ball joints out of an old Buick or something.
No, Uncle Red, they're made out of plastic with Teflon coating. They're excellent. My English teacher had his hips replaced, and he felt so much better, you know. 2 weeks later, he went skiing, broke both his legs.
Well, we don't need old man Cedric to feel better. We need him to feel weather.
Well, maybe the Lodge can come out of the dark ages and buy, like, say, a barometer?
No, we don't need it, Harold. We're going to get old man Cedric's hips. The doctor's going to give them to us after he takes them out. We're going to use them as hinges on the outhouse door. And if you go out there and you pull on the door and she feels stiff to you, you know you're in for stormy weather.
Oh, it's meeting time, Uncle Red.
Oh, that reminds me. Buster Hadfield found a bunch of your chickens had survived the storm. They were all wedged into the soccer net over at the schoolyard.
Oh, excellent, my chickens!
Yeah,
Oh, my chickens!
yeah. If my wife is watching, I'm going to be a little bit late because I'm going to drop by the hospital and wish old man Cedric the best of luck with the hip replacement thing. And while I'm there, I might just browse through the hospital parts department, you know, for future reference. And to the rest of you, thanks so much for watching. On behalf of Harold, myself, and the whole gang up here at Possum Lodge, until next time, keep your stick on the ice.